Hey, what's up?
I'm stressing out.
What's going on?
I procrastinated. I was supposed to be writing this 10-page paper, and I have no idea what's going on. I haven't even read the book yet.
Wish I could help, but I'm off to go do some service.
Service? For what?
For my service learning class. It's just like going outside, enjoying the day, helping people, all while having fun with friends.
Where?
In Detroit.
Good luck with that.
It's better than being cooped up inside with some paper.
Hey, Michelle, we gotta get going. We're gonna be late. We gotta go do our service.
Well, I gotta get going. Good luck with that paper.
Thanks. Service learning, my paper, service learning. What is service learning anyway?
We can tell you.
Who are you?
You don't know who we are?
No. Should I?
Does anyone at UDM know who we are?
Let's find out. It's time to play Name That Saint! Today's category is saints that have something to do with UDM. Which Spanish saint converted from a life of war and debauchery to founding the Society of Jesus in order to provide education and charitable work to the world while reinforcing the teachings of Jesus Christ?
Is it Rafael Nadal?
Unfortunately, he was not a famous tennis player, so that is unfortunately incorrect. Nice try, though. How about you, man?
I have to say Christopher Colombo.
Christopher Colombo? Nope, he was not a navigator from Spain, unfortunately. How about you? Who is the Spanish saint I am trying to get you to name?
I'll go with a female. Mary Goretti?
Mary Goretti is unfortunately incorrect, but not so close anyway. Anyway, how about you? What is the Spanish saint? Who is the Spanish saint I'm trying to get you to name?
Was it Saint Jose Cuervo?
Jose Cuervo converted from a life of debauchery, so no, Jose Cuervo is not correct, unfortunately. How about you? Who is the Spanish saint we are trying to get to name?
Is it Saint Ignatius?
Saint Ignatius of Loyola is correct.
St. Ignatius of Loyola, also known as Iggy, developed his spiritual exercises based on reflection. He founded the Jesuit order, which in 1877 founded the University of Detroit.
All right, and now time for question number 2 in Name That Saint. Which saint is known best for founding the Sisters of Mercy in Ireland in order to provide care and education to those less fortunate members of society?
I want to say Saint Jameson.
Saint Jameson, that is incorrect. Jameson is Irish, but it's not very saintly. How about you, man? Who is it?
I'm positive it's Sarah McLachlan.
Sarah McLachlan, that is unfortunately incorrect. How about you? Irish saint that founded the Sisters of Mercy.
Well, if they founded the sisters, I would say Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa, very close, but not really. How about you?
Wasn't it Saint Patrick?
No, unfortunately. You got the Irish part right. But no, that is not correct, unfortunately. How about you?
I'm going to say Catherine McCauley.
Catherine McCauley is correct.
Oh, please, I'm not a saint.
Sister Catherine McCauley, though not officially a saint, used her own inheritance money to create the House of Mercy in Dublin. She also founded the Sisters of Mercy, who in 1941 founded Mercy College of Detroit.
Okay, now I know who St. Ignatius and Catherine McCauley are, but I still don't know what service learning is.
Well, you want to find out more about service learning? Well, fine, let's go check out a service site.
Where am I?
Well, this is the Boys and Girls Club of Highland Park.
That's close to UDM, right?
So it's only about 10 minutes away.
Why am I here?
Well, you wanted to find out more about service learning, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is the service part. You want to go in?
Sure.
Cool. Hey, Jeanette.
Hello.
How's it going?
Okie dokie.
Awesome. Well, this is Jill. She just wants to hear a little bit more about the Highland Park Boys and Girls Club.
Boys and Girls Club is a youth serving agency. We have kids ages 6 to 18. We have a gym, games room, a learning center, computer room. We have a wee fitness room where we do clubs and classes. When the volunteers come, they're another pair of hands to help us. We sometimes can have up to 100 kids in the building. And even though we are staffed according to our ratios, it's always better to have another adult or another person to just be with the kids and be like a helping hand or just an ear for them to listen to, or another person to play with. A lot of times they'll make a meaningful connection with our kids, and sometimes they come back even after their experience and help out.
Well, anyway, Jeanette, thanks for your time. We've sure learned a lot about the Boys and Girls Club of Highland Park. Anyway, Jill, time for us to go to our next spot.
Hey, what the heck?
Whoa, where are we now?
Well, now we're at UDM, and this is Professor Jason Roche. He teaches a service learning course.
How did you know that?
Well, I'm a dream character, so I know everything. But that's besides the point. What we really want to know about is where does the learning aspect come in during a service learning course?
Ah, that's a really good question.
Thank you.
Well, the learning component can come from various places. In the dental school, for example, students actually learn what they learn in the text and in the classroom, and they apply it with real clients. So the students get practice, and the clients get free dental care that they couldn't otherwise afford.
Well, I think this is a wonderful program, especially considering that not every job, especially my job, does not offer dental insurance. So we really have nowhere to go, and it's a great opportunity to get the kids the dental care that they need without any kind of cost to the parent, especially in these economic times.
In my courses, students don't pull teeth, thank God. But it's not like pulling teeth to get them to do service. They love it. In my classes, students actually take what they learn, and they learn video production, so they make videos for real clients. Some teachers say the service is kind of a text, similar to the text in a book, but more interesting because you're not actually reading a book, it's a living text. By the way, Jill, how's that paper going?
Hey, how did you know about that?
I'm a dream character, I know everything.
Hey, that's my line.
Okay, dream characters. If you're so smart, then give me an example of a service learning course that uses experience from service as text to learn from.
Well, for example, there's an English professor who takes her classes to an after-school program at the Grandel Salvation Army in Detroit. They use their literature skills, their poetry, their writing, and their interview skills to work with little kids, and I've heard they've really made quite a difference.
We had a couple guys that came over and they did poetry. It brought tears to one of our teenage girls' eyes. You know, she grew up without, parents in the home, a father in the home, and much of the poem that the young man had wrote kind of addressed those things and how you can still become empowered to make it. And she was moved to tears. He actually came over 2 other times after that. No service learning hours was even involved, but he came over and interacted with the kids and just kind of helped them to kind of structure some poetry for themselves. So,
let us reflect on the significance of that.
Wow, that's really amazing. But how is that learning?
You see, the students were doing poetry as part of their English class, which reinforces the classroom learning. But by reflecting on the service that they've done, they recognize all the gifts they have and what they can use to impact the world. Something your friend Ignatius would really like.
That's right.
How did he come up with the idea of reflecting on his experience?
Well, let's ask a real Jesuit.
The thing that I think is really interesting about Ignatius's conversion is that he wasn't converted by some voice from heaven like you hear with St. Paul. He paid attention to his own experience, and he noticed when he did pay attention to it that there were differences in his experience. That parts of his experience he found a deeper, truer, more long-lasting, more sense of peace, and he paid attention to those parts of his experience. And when he did, it opened up this whole avenue of life for him.
Aha! So that's why we include reflection as a part of every service learning course.
That's right.
So what could happen if I paid attention to my experience?
Well, you might discover your vocation.
Or you might learn how you can make a difference in the world.
Chill out, Kate. We'll get to that in a second. For now, let's hear a student's idea about vocation.
It's helpful to look at your calling in life as a place where your passion intersects your community's needs. You have a community or numerous communities that you belong to, and they all have needs, and you also have things that you're good at. And where those things intersect, I believe strongly that is a place where you can support yourself. That's a place where you can root your self-esteem. That's a place where other people value you and who you are and what you're doing. And it's a place where you have all of the massive amounts of energy that's required to do anything that's worth working towards.
I'm doing exactly what I want to do with my life. When my patients are satisfied or appreciative of what I'm doing, I just have a moment of clarity, I guess. I don't know how better to say that, but I feel like I'm in the right place.
I think I know what he means. I know that I really love working with kids, and I also know there's a real need in the world for teachers. Maybe I'm called to be a teacher.
You can make a difference in the world.
Ah, you're right, Kate. Many students find that they can make a difference. This is especially important when they realize the problems they're dealing with are the result of injustice in the world. You set a great example, and students are continuing to discover this as they do service.
You know, Catherine inspires me. She was always concerned about the social justice issues of her time. And looking around, she noticed that women didn't have employment and children didn't have education. So she decided to do something about that. Here at the University of Detroit Mercy, we have come to realize and to promote faith through justice, or the service of justice through faith.
When I got here, I realized how focused it is on what I value, which is social justice. And that's what I love, that you're working directly with other people.
So, Ignatius and Kate, students in service learning classes are carrying on your legacy. You want to see what they have to say about that?
Very good.
Que bien.
So UDM could exist anywhere, but as it stands, UDM exists in Detroit because UDM wants to be a part of the community that is Detroit.
U of D absolutely stands by its mission statement. We are in an urban context. We are in a uniquely wonderful position to help out because we go to this school and we are given the resources through service learning and through through organizations in our community and on campus to help out.
I liked it because it showed you more about the university, that they really care about the community and they really care about outreach.
Yeah, and this is like our city now, so we get to take care of it.
Wow. With service learning, I really am participating in the mission of UDM.
Yes, and it's not just current students that participate, UDM graduates do too. In fact, UDM's vision statement says, we want to be distinguished by graduates who lead and serve and make a difference in their community.
Oh, come on. Do UDM grads really do that?
Let's see.
This used to be an area of Detroit that was underused. It was a very bad area where there was debris all over the place, and they came in with the help of two other organizations and cleared this ground, incorporated artists, and got people to come into this area and revitalize it and make it a community space where kids can come, families can come and just hang out and enjoy the city of Detroit. Being part of UDM, you had to be involved in service as part of the business school, and once I got a taste of that and was able to feel what that felt like, it's contagious. You really wanted to become part of that, and after I graduated, Synergy was a great way to continue on the mission of University of Detroit Mercy as a graduate concerned about people for others.
I think the best way that Detroit Synergy has had an impact on me is I'm just getting to be more active in my city, city I was born and raised in. I built my knowledge base about the city.
But about 6 years ago, I started coming back to Detroit for some family reasons, and I discovered Detroit Synergy. And what I found interesting is that way out of proportion to the size of the school, there was a U of D or U of DM connection. In fact, I even asked some of them, that I see you're involved in these things. How did U of D play a role? And I was told very directly is that U of D encouraged that. Not just encourage, but actually actually expected community and involvement. And I really think that was one of the things that went into my decision to actually move back here to be and to live right down in the downtown area, to become more involved in not just the city of Detroit, but the university itself.
Sometimes we just need to reach out to other people, and I think Detroit Synergy and the University of Detroit Mercy serves as that bridge where it unites both the community and the students that want to get involved in the city.
Let us reflect on the significance of that.
This is great. I can't wait to tell my friends about service learning.
Well, you're not alone. Let's see what other UDM students have to say.
In the end, just do it. There's a lot of excuses that come up for not doing something, and there shouldn't be. I mean, I think it's a very rewarding experience. You learn a lot about yourself.
And sometimes one thing might be out of your comfort zone, but in order to fully immerse yourself in the experience, sometimes you have to, get yourself out of that comfort zone and start experiencing something new.
See what you can do to give back, because what I get out of it is life, freedom, peace. Don't do it out of a grade, out of extra credit. I mean, really think about it. It's about helping your friend, your neighbor, your family member.
Okay, some safety tips while doing service learning that could be really effective for you and keeping you safe would be as aware as possible of your surroundings, be as confident in yourself as you can possibly be, have a group of people with you, and also act as natural as you possibly can.
When I wake up from this dream, I'm going to sign up for a service learning course, just like the one you're in now.
You can make a difference in the world.
Let us reflect on the significance of that.
Let's go, Detroit! Give it up for Detroit! Put your hands up for Detroit! Go, Detroit! Go, Detroit! We want to see you, UDM! Let's do this!
Let's go, Titans!